Thanks for joining us. In this video, I'm going to answer the question that how do we read from a Modbus device? A lot of you have been asking me that question. And with the Circon 400 or 500 series controllers, all the controllers have a Modbus port built in from the factory. So you can use that port to read data from power meters, Modbus sensors, or any other type of device that supports the Modbus protocol. Okay, so let's start by going through the first basic steps. Okay, so I'm just going to go into my Catalyst programming environment, because that's what we're going to use to read the Modbus data. Okay, in my system database, I have some Circon devices, and I'm a third-party VAV. I know this controller has some Modbus sensors connected to it, so let's go there. And I'm just going to launch Catalyst. And then I'll show you guys what are some of the basic steps there are. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this browser window so I see the programming page a little bigger. Okay, so the first step is to connect to a Modbus sensor. First step is I'm going to go under the View menu up top here, and I'm going to look at my Modbus service configuration. This is where you configure the Modbus port on the controller. So this is where you set the baud rate, bit, stop bit, and basically the communication parameters for that port. So once I've set these up the way I want, obviously you have to know what Modbus device you're getting connected to, because that will dictate how you set up the Modbus port on the Circon controller. Okay, so let's leave that at default. So I'm happy with those settings, so I'm going to close that. Next is, if I just go into the Modbus menu of Catalyst and start dropping the Modbus programming blocks onto the sheet, I will get an error, and I'll show you that in a second. So I'm just going to, let's drop a numeric writable, and right away it tells me that it can't drop on this page. Now the reason for that is, to be able to drop the Modbus blocks, you need basically a special page where you specify the address of the device, of the Modbus device you're trying to talk to. And to do that, I go under File, I go under New, and then I can create a special page called Modbus device page. Okay, so this is the new page that I created. So let me call it something that's we'll remember next time we look at this page. So Modbus, let's say Modbus sensor address number 1. Okay, and where you specify the Modbus address for the device you're trying to talk to is right here. So first thing you need to know is, okay, let's say it was a power meter, then you need to know what is its address that you're trying to talk to, and this is where you specify that. Let's send this for this example. Let's say it was device number 75. Okay, so I'm going to change this to 75, and then from now on, all the blocks that I drop in here, because of these settings, the blocks know to go and read that particular piece of data from device 75, okay, on the Modbus network. All right, so if I drop this, I shouldn't get any more errors, and as you can see, it doesn't give me any errors. And if you are familiar with Modbus, you'll know that all the Modbus devices have their points defined as what Modbus protocol calls as registers. And you can have holding registers, input registers. Let's drop an input registers, for example. That would be an input register. And for example, a bit would be something that it's on off and you want to command. So that would be a discrete input. And a writable bit would be something that in Modbus it calls coil. So if you follow your devices, your Modbus devices instructions, you should have a list of all these different addresses from your manufacturer. But that's basically it. Now that I've defined which holding radius I want to read or which coil I want to command. Let's just do, well, for a coil, for example, let's say I want to command coil number 3, and let's say that's coil number 4, let's say, and then let's say that was to reset the kilowatt hour. So I'm also going to rename the block so reset kilowatt hour. Okay. And then as soon as I compile this now, basically my catalyst, my program will start reading that information from this particular Modbus device. And you can have multiple Modbus devices on the same Circon controller. All you have to do is make sure there are different addresses. So for example, if I define another Modbus device page, and let's call this one 76, address 76. Let's also call it Modbus device address number 76, just so we can right away see it, and so forth and so on. Now I can drop more blocks and read info from device number 76. Okay, hopefully this video is useful for you guys. If you have any questions, please drop us a line. If you have any suggestions for other videos, please let us know, and we'll be happy to make those for you. Have a great day.